Welcome. Today I'll be discussing PowerPoint user guide for beginners. Okay, so you're going to learn how to use PowerPoint application to create so many designs for presentation, be it for business presentation, for academic purpose, or any other purpose. Okay, so follow me as I walk you through on how you can do that. When you open your PowerPoint application on your PC, or even if you're accessing it through the web, this is the first interface you will see. Okay, the PowerPoint I'm using in this session is the one contained in Microsoft 365. So the first part of the PowerPoint you see shows blank presentation, lifestyle covers, and the rest. Actually, is divided into two major parts, which is blank presentation and other presentation with templates. Okay, so maybe you want to build your own presentation from already built template by someone, you can go with any of these options. Once you click on them, maybe you want to maybe do a presentation for a baby's birthday, click on this option. Once it opens, you edit the information inside to fit into what you want. All right. If you want to make a presentation about a book cover, you can just go with this option. Once you click on it and it opens, you edit what is contained inside of it. Okay, now let's get into the real practical thing. So I'll click on blank presentation for the page to open fully. All right, once the blank presentation opens, we have an interface that looks like this. Okay, this is the slide. Then it displays fully in this interface. Take for example, now here you are required to click to add title. And here you are required to click to add subtitle. For example, now if the title of this slide is Godwin Tech, so I will type Godwin Tech here. Okay, then maybe the subtitle is explaining what Godwin Tech is all about. All right, a home to learn more about tech. All right, so after inserting your title and your subtitle, you can go on with the designs you want. But I would like to take it step by step, all right, so that we can understand more. I can redesign these for it to look more beautiful, but not now. So let's just take them in step. Okay. All right. The first thing I want to point out is the tabs. These commands here, or let's say these write-ups here, are tabs that are made up that are available in PowerPoint. You have file, we have home, you have insert, you have draw, we have design, we have transition, we have animation, we have slideshow, we have record, we have review, and we have view, and we have help. Each of these tabs have some other commands under them that you can use to perform specific tasks. For example, once you open a blank presentation or even a template of your choice, you are landed on the home tab. So it allows you to perform some basic tasks, which we will start with here. All right. Then slide layout is the first option here. Maybe if I want to add a new slide, I can click on this new slide icon, then select any layout of my choice. We have title slide, which is what is inserted by default. We have title and content. We have section header. We have two contents, which allows you to have two major contents inside a slide. Maybe in one of them you will have picture, in the other side of it you have chart. Okay, so there are so many slide layouts you can use in PowerPoint depending on your choice. All right, even if this default slide that is inserted, if I want to change the layout, I can do that. I'll just right click on it and then go down to the option of layout. I can decide to take any of this. Okay, let's go with comparison. Can't you see this layout of the slide has changed? Well, let me just return back to the default. Okay, remember, this default slide comes in with two text boxes, which is where we have our title and subtitle. If, for example, what you do here is mainly you format your text. If, for instance, I want to make this text bold, I'll select it. After I have typed it, then I'll click on the bold icon. If I want to put it in italics, I'll click on the italics icon. All right. If I want to underline, I'll click on this underline. So many formatting tools you can use. If I want to change the font, I'll come to this section and select a new font of my choice. You can see it has effect on the text. If you want to change the font size, this is where you do that. Maybe I have something bigger, maybe 80, and then press the enter key, hit the enter key of my keyboard for it to increase. All right, here we can change the color, the font color. I click on this spot and select yellow in any color of my choice. If I want to, here is alignment. You can align by the right, by left. You can align center. You can align by the right, and you can justify the text. Okay, so any way you want to do that, all these formatting tools under the home tab can help you to achieve that. Remember, the tools you need for text formatting are available on the home tab. All right, so if you want to maybe add text, I have done that. If you want to delete this, just click on the backspace key of your computer keyboard and delete any text you have in the slide. Okay, let's talk about inserting shapes in a slide. To insert shape in a slide, you're already on the home tab. Click on the shape icon, okay, the shape command, and select any shape style of your choice. Here is rectangle. Then press down the left button of your mouse and drag in one direction. This shape has been inserted in this slide. But if you look at this place, you can see some shape formatting feature you can use. So you can decide, okay, let me fill this shape with a different color. You can click on this spot, shape fill, and select a different color. You can see it has changed to yellow. If we want to change another color, white, you can see everything is okay. Then if you want to change the shape outline, click on the outline section and select a color for the outline to change. If you look very well, you can see the color of the outline has really changed. So you can do a lot of things to the shape format tab. All right. So anything you want to do about the text box, just do that through the shape format tab. All right. So let's get to another thing. Another command in the home tab is the one called dictate. It allows you to dictate text. Okay, but for dictate to work, you must have selected a text box, just as you can see here. Okay, it doesn't work on the entire slide, but only in a text box. Take for example, I'm tired of typing. I want to speak to this program, and it then types the text that I'm speaking on its own. The test can do that for me. So let's get it worked and see how it works. Okay, click on this dictate icon, then I'll start speaking. Hello, I am here to teach you something good. Can you see how it works? So after you have finished that, just click on the dictate icon. It will stop. That is how dictate works. Okay, let me now erase this information. All right, so let's visit another tool called Designer. Designer is a very powerful AI tool integrated into PowerPoint. It's an introduction by Microsoft. All right, so how we use it to experiment, it will suggest some beautiful designs for based on what you have in your slide. So let's see how it works. First, I will delete this second, but let's see. So after I have selected a slide, then I'll click on Designer. You can see designer have suggested some beautiful slides different from what we have in our own creation. So if I like this, if you scroll down, you will see some other beautiful suggestions. So you don't need to stress yourself. This brings up some beautiful slides for you. So if I want to work with this, I'll click on this. you can see this slide has been beautified by designer. So anytime you're creating your design, ensure you use designer because it will make your design look more captivating. Thank you. So let's get to another thing we need to learn. Insert is another tab in PowerPoint. So let's click on the insert and see what we can do here. All right. First is we can insert new slide through this tab. Okay. By you click and select a new slide for it to be inserted. That's by the way. Let's go to pictures. If you want to insert picture in your design, you can do that through the Insert tab. For example, let me click on this. It will give me some options, the device, the stock images, and online pictures. If, for example, now I have an image I already saved in my PC that I want to insert here, I'll go with the first option. If I want to use stock images, that is images that I made available in Microsoft Library. Once I select this option, it uses internet to show me some images I can select from. Then you can source for pictures online from this program as well directly. So, but let's go with the device option. So I'll click on this spot. This opens the file explorer of my phone. So I will select where I want to source this picture from. So let me go with downloads. Okay, I have a lot of pictures here under download. So I will double click on any one I want for it to be inserted. Can you see how beautiful this is? Okay, so it has inserted a picture in this my slide. But nevertheless, let me undo that so that we learn another thing. What if I want to take screenshot? You can still do that through the Insert tab. So all you need is just click on Insert tab, click on Screenshot. All right, then select Screenshot Clipping. All right, this will open a part of your PC, a window on your PC. So take the screenshot of the part you want to get inserted. As you can see, it has already been inserted here after taking the screenshot. That's by the way, let me just delete it so that we learn some other thing. Okay, remember we are still in the Insert tab. So if you want to insert icons, you want to insert 3D models, you can do that. So let's assume I want to insert a 3D model here. I'll click on this option. This will bring up some 3D designs of my choice. So you make your choice from the 3D designs that we presented to you. Okay, let's say I want to go with this first category. I'll click on it for it to open. Then I'll click on anyone I want to use and then click on insert. Okay, as you can see, the 3D model has been inserted. So I can decide to take it to any part of my slide or I can decide to rotate it. All right, so no matter what you want to use it for, just position it well so that it will be okay in the slide. And then you move on with other things you want to do. If the text box that is inserted in your slide by default is not okay by you, you can still insert additional text box through the Insert tab. As you can see, look at text box here. So I'll click on text box for it to be selected. Then I'll move to any part of my slide where I want to insert it. Press down the left button of my mouse and drag in one direction. So the text box is inserted. And once it's inserted, I can start typing anything I want to have it. Okay, let's say this is a sample. All right, so text box is used to introduce text in a slide. Just know that. So without text box in a slide, you cannot type anything. All right. You can insert videos in your slide. All right. So the how to do that is through the Insert tab. As you're on the Insert tab, look for the video icon, which is here. Click on that and select the source of your video. If it's through your device, click on device. Navigate to your file explorer where the video is. Double click on it and then get it inserted in your slide. Another thing you can insert is audio. Maybe you want to explain more about the slide you have in your presentation, you can decide to add audio to it. So click on the audio command, select audio on my PC if you already have the audio already saved on your PC. If not, go with the second option and then record what you want to have. So let's go with that and see how it looks like. Okay, it has given us a name which is record sound by default, but we can correct that. Maybe we type another name, let's say intro. After that, click on the record icon, which is where my cursor is right now. So you can start speaking. Hello, this is intro. This is Godwin Tech. So please do well to follow us on YouTube and follow what I'm going to present in this presentation file. Thank you. So after recording everything you want, just click on OK. So anytime you want to play the audio, just come to the section, just hover your mouse over the audio icon and then click on play. So you can start to play. If you want to pause that, click on the pause icon. All right. So if you want to delete the audio, you don't want it again in your file, in your slide, just click on the backspace key and it will be deleted. Charts can be inserted in a slide to explain some things. If you work in an organization, maybe corporate organization, sometimes you may need charts to explain some points to your audience. So it's important that you experiment how you can insert charts in your slide. But I would like to do that using another slide design. So I'll click on new slide and then go with the option for content. All right. So this is a new slide that is inserted. You can see that it appears on this list. Now, if I want to insert chart on this slide, I'll click on insert tab, which I'm here already, then click on chart. This opens the chart dialog box. So there are some types of charts you can use here. You have column, you have line, you have pie chart, you have bar chart. Anyone you want to use, but here let's go with the option for column chart. So I'll click on column and then click on OK. All right, a column chart is inserted with some data, but in this case, this is the default data. I can change it the way I want it. So let's assume that Godwin Tech has a school that is made up of girls, males and females, okay, in different categories or in different classes. So I will edit the data to fit into that. And as I'm typing the data, it is automatically changing on the slide chart area. Just like, for example, now I type 7 here, it will change. I type, you can see how it changed now on the screen. I type maybe 89, you will see how it will change on the chart area. So you can see it has changed because I typed a higher number. So I will edit the data to fit in well so that you see how chart is plotted on presentation. I've edited the information. I have classes A, B, C, and the number of male in each of them are 7, 8, 9. Female is 8, 11, 6. But this D still has the data it comes with by default, and I don't want it. So I have to click on the D option and then right click and select the option to delete. So the column is deleted. Can you see how beautiful the chart looks? So once I'm done with inserting the data I want to have in the chart, the next thing is to close this the Excel interface. All right. So I can then click on this spot and give it a title. So you can see the title I have for it, Godwin Tech School. So I can come to this section and then change the information here, maybe number of males versus females. All right. Let's talk about design. Design is one of the tabs in PowerPoint. As you can see, once you select design, it will show some, themes, okay, that you have in your presentation. If, for example, now I go with this option, it will have effect on the theme of all the slides here. You can see how it has changed the look here. All right. So you can experiment with any design of your choice and see the impact it will have on the slides. Your presentation. Let me undo the action. Okay, I'm back to the defaults, the way I have it before. All right, another option here, tab here, is transitions. Okay, transitions impact mainly on the individual slides. It adds animation to your slide in the way that it will show up in a different way. Take for example now this second slide here. I'll click on it and then select the option for crush. You will see how it will impact on this slide. You can see before I move to the next one. For example, if I try this one and choose the fracture, you will see how it will show up the next slide. So you will see more of this when you click on the slideshow and you see how it plays out step by step. All right, so that's by the way. Then animation has great effects. It's another tab that has great effects on the elements of a slide. The elements of a slide is such as images and text. For example, now when I click on the animations, you can see that none of these features are activated. But let's take, for example, now I select this text. You can see once I click on the text box now, these features are now activated. So I can decide, okay, let me see how this one works on this. Then slideshow has some commands that you can use to show your presentation in the slideshow mode. All right, when you're presenting, it must be a slideshow. So once I click on this first option from beginning, this my presentation will show up in full screen mode. You can see that. Okay, it shows up in full screen mode, and I can use the arrow key to get to the next slide, but here I'm presenting it in a bigger way. So that is, by the way, for you to exit the slideshow mode, just click on the escape key of your computer keyboard. Let me assume I have not saved this presentation before. It's very important. Please save your presentation. For you to save it, click on the File tab, then click on Save As. As this next page opens, okay, click on Browse. This will open a section of your computer. Okay, look at the folders I have in my PC already. For example, I want to save it in this folder. I want to save it in the document folder. Just click any folder of your choice. In the file name, just give it a name of your choice. Let's say press. Let me just use this. Press 56. Okay. After that, save as type. PowerPoint presentation format is chosen by default, but you can change it to maybe JPEG or PDF or any other format of your choice. So if I click on this section, you can see a lot of formats you can save your presentation. You can save it in GIF format, you can save in JPEG format. All right, maybe the people you intend to send this presentation to may not be having PowerPoint application on their device. You can save in JPEG and then send across to them, because almost every phone or every computer opens JPEG file. But for the purpose of this training, let's go on and save in PowerPoint presentation mode so that we can be able to do what? To edit this file anytime we want to work further on it. But if we save in other formats apart from this PowerPoint presentation, you will find it difficult to edit it in future. So let's go with PowerPoint presentation. All right, this file is now saved on the PC. Okay, then how do you delete slide? Take for example now all these slides I have here. There's one I don't need and I want to delete it. How do you go about that? It is just simple. Click on the slide for it to be selected. Then right click on it and then select delete slide. Once you do that, you can see the slide is deleted. But let me undo the action because I still need it. All right. So again, how do you duplicate slide? If, for example, now I want this to stand as the template for other slides I'm going to present, I'm going to have in this presentation, I can duplicate it. All right, click on it and then select the option to duplicate slide. Changing background can be another task you would like to complete on your presentation. So how do you change or add background color to a slide? To do that, right click on the slide, select the option to format background. This will open the format background pane by the right margin. Then by default, solid fill is selected. But if you want another type of fill, just select maybe gradient, picture or texture, pattern fill, or any other option. Okay. But let's work with the solid fill option, which is selected by default. Then come down to the color section. Click on that as a section and then select any color of your choice. So let's select this color where my cursor is to see the impact it will have on this slide. You can see I have changed the background color of this slide. Okay, so let me undo the action to go back to where it was before. Then I'll close this pane. All right, now what if you want to show all these your presentations in slideshow? I have repeated that that is the mode your PC need to be when you are presenting when you're making your presentation to your audience. To do that quickly, you can click on this icon at the top so that it will start from beginning. You can see it has shown in a larger full screen. All right, so you can control that using the arrow key of your PC to move from one slide to another. Okay, so for you to exit that, as I said before, click on escape key. Then if you another way you can show your slide in a slide mode is go down to the bottom right. You can see the slideshow button at the bottom right here where my mouse, my cursor is. Click on that spot. This will still display your slide in slideshow mode. All right, so you can move to the next slide, move to the next slide, move to the next slide until you're done with what you want to do. To exit the slideshow mode, as usual, click the escape key of your computer keyboard. So these are all the things you need to know about PowerPoint presentation, the user guide, how to use it. So I believe this video cover is a lot to keep you up and running. But note, you need to practice over and over again to master the use of this software. Please, if this video helps, please like it. If you have been coming to my channel, maybe you're coming for the first time, but you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button because that will make a big difference to my channel. Also, tap on the notification icon so that whenever I release a new video, you will get notification on that. All right. Also, you can watch some other videos out the upable the playlist so that you can see some other videos that address specific area of interest on PowerPoint. Thank you and see you some other time.